I have a branding and a messaging and a congruency that I was looking for, that they brought me through the journey and the experience that I needed to get to a place where there's no energy investment anymore about the way with which I'm communicating what I do. My name is Dr. Tamara MacIntyre. I'm more often referred to as Dr. Mac. I am a chiropractor and a doctor of natural medicine who specializes really in educating and supporting women in the chiropractic profession that are looking to really authentically express who they are in their practice, and to break free of a lot of the models that have been created within our profession that no longer suit most or many practicing doctors. Especially when the world shut down, I was forced to be online. I was no longer able to be in rooms with people. And so, I know that when I get the opportunity to talk about who I am and what I do, I know that it attracts people, but I really was forced online in a space that I'm not super comfortable with. And so I really reached out to Brand Better to help really concisely and congruently create a message that was meaningful to the people that I best wanted to help and support, and doing it in a consistent, congruent way visually and from a branding perspective and with a messaging. Like, how can I best concisely convey who I am and who I want to help and support? I really struggled with, looking at overly curated Instagram feeds, and on one hand feeling like I'd love to have something that looks better, and then on the other hand feeling like I don't want to compromise who I am in that process. And so I really struggled trying to find a balance between how can I be me but have an aesthetic that feels like I can actually play in a creative space and I don't need somebody else. And then I also liked to have something that would soften a little bit of my edges and give me an aesthetic that I was really proud of. The moment that I created a link for a discovery call because they asked me to, I automatically had discovery calls. Number two, based on those calls, because of my copy, because of the words that were out there, in the first 5 discovery calls, 3 people immediately bought consulting packages with me to help work through their model of practice. The results were instantly connecting me to my community in a meaningful way. Everything now that I'm posting, there's no stress with it anymore because I have guidelines. It's like they just tell me what to do. I'm super teachable, and just doing what they told me is creating not just a visually appealing feed, but something that's meaningful to both me and the people that I'm wanting to support. In the process of discovering who I am, I was talking about pottery because I hand sculpt and it's part of who I am. And, they were drawing out that analogy of what do you love about pottery? What is that like? And I had this aha moment that what I love about the clay is it tells me what to do. And what I love about working with doctors who are looking to create the practice of their dreams is they decide and I just assist them. And it was that messaging associated with what I love about pottery and what I love about the work that I'm doing that happened in a conversation about my work. And that was really actually quite profound for me because it actually became a direction of the way we ran with copy. I immediately had a timeline. Their deliverables and my expectations of when they were delivered, they were always delivered. If they were delayed, it was because I delayed them or I needed a little bit of processing time in between. But I actually was delivered a time frame, knew exactly what my responsibilities were, what their responsibilities were. Everything was delivered on time in the exact way in which I expected it to be delivered. And again, if there was a delay, I was the one that delayed it and I knew it 100% of the time. So it was a really transparent process. you have to be willing to go inside. You have to be willing to observe yourself, you can't be too rigid, because they are willing. I think that they're creatives and they're super open, and you need to be able and willing to play in that area of unknown, or a little bit of being a little uncomfortable, and having them challenge you a little bit about where you are. If you're really going to get the deliverable that you're looking for, let the experts and professionals do their job.